Hola comunidad de un equipo diferente. Bienvenidas, bienvenidos y bienvenides a un episodio más de su podcast de confianza. En esta ocasión, le daremos un toque internacional aprovechando la pausa en la liga por fecha FIFA, y en la cual, 3 de nuestras Pumas estarán participando con sus respectivas selecciones. Justamente hablamos con una de ellas, DiOrio previo a la concentración con su selección, Puerto Rico. La defensa nacida en Virginia, Estados Unidos, nos habló de cómo su familia multicultural ha sido esencial en su trayectoria futbolística, sobre su vida en la Ciudad de México, pero especialmente de una carta que escribió al salir de la universidad y que detalla su pasión por el fútbol. Esperemos que lo disfruten tanto como nosotros, y ya saben, compartan y comenten con todas las personas para seguir apoyando a nuestras Pumas Femenil.
Thank you once again for having us, for talking to us. You've been quite a surprise for us in the Pumas Femenil environment. Your signing was unexpected for us, obviously. But who is Amber DiOrio? And who better to tell us than Amber herself?
Yeah.
Tell us. Could you introduce yourself?
Yeah, sorry, my computer glitched. But so hi, I'm Amber. 23 years old. I'm Puerto Rican. One crazy thing about me that I don't see a lot here in Mexico is that I'm left-footed. So that's one interesting little fact about me. I have 8 siblings. A lot of big family. My stepmom is actually from Mexico herself, so I have a big Mexican family as well. Yeah. So, yeah, a little about me.
So you knew about Mexico before joining the team?
I knew a little bit. I didn't know about the league. I didn't know Liga MX had a female side. I did know about the men because my brother was like a Tigres fan and he knew all about that. And a lot of my friends that I go to college with, they knew a lot about the men's side, but I had no idea about the female side. I also didn't know about the female side either, because a lot of the girls from like America and like the college girls, they go like overseas to Europe. They go to like Spain, Sweden, Russia, and all those things. But I went the opposite way. I went down instead of across. So yeah.
It's friendlier down here, I guess,
yeah.
Rather than Iceland where Ariel used to play or so. How is it to be part of a big family?
Oh my gosh. So every day I go home is like a party. So I like, my dad's like, hey, you wanna have like some drinks, or you wanna go get some food, or we're inviting these people over since you're home, blah blah. So I swear every day is a party there. But I literally was on the phone with my dad maybe like 30 minutes ago, and he was like, okay, like I gotta go take so-and-so to soccer. I'm gonna go then drop someone off at lacrosse. Like, he's always running around. Even after work, I'm like, good for you, Dad. I would want to go take a nap. But yeah, no, it's fun though, because I have a big fan base already. So it's like my sister's friends are my fans, or like my dad goes to work and his coworkers know me. So it's pretty cool to have like a big family.
So your dad's Puerto Rican?
Yes. Yeah.
And how did you come across soccer?
My dad or me?
You or your dad?
So my dad played since, from what I know from my grandma, he was like, he needed something to distract him. So she put him in soccer. And he played all of his life. He was a goalie, actually. So I could never be a goalie, but he was a goalie. And then he ended up playing all through high school, and then he played in college. And then he played for a semi-pro team. And when I was little, me and my brother, Frankie, we played soccer together. Like, we were on like a little like co-ed like type team. He got too good to be on that, so he started playing like with the travel team and the better teams. And then I'm 2 years younger than him, so I was still with them. And then I kind of just started, getting really good. And then my dad was like, okay, maybe we should stick her to this. So that was when I was like maybe 4 years old. But yeah, no, I've been playing ever since I was 4, and he's been my coach since I was like 10, like 4 to 10. He was my coach, and he was actually number 24 in college. So then I got 24 in college, thankfully. And then now, one of the things I was talking with Johnny was, I was like, can I please have 24? And he was like, actually, yeah, you can have 24. And I was like, so.
It's a meaningful number for you.
It's very meaningful. My grandfather had it as well, because he played ice hockey and like softball and stuff, and he was always 24. And so then he had it, and now I have it. So it means a lot to me.
There's a whole legacy around your shirt number.
Yes.
And were you and your brother the only ones playing soccer, or the rest of the gang made like the DiOrio team?
So basically, I have 2 older brothers, Morales and Francisco. Morales didn't. He played soccer for a little bit, and then he kind of just was like grew out of it. Francisco actually played all through college as well, and then he's playing with a semi-pro team now. But he's an ER nurse, and he loves what he does. So he balances both, which I don't know how he does that because I can barely do school. So he does both, and he's still really, really good. I want him to play professionally, but I know he's gonna do what he wants to do, so I don't know. And then I play soccer, obviously, and my younger siblings tried to play soccer. I know one of them still plays. She plays for the high school I went to, so she's doing that. But my siblings, one of them's into wrestling, one of them's into lacrosse. The other one's more of like artsy type, and the other one just likes to work. So it kind of grew out once I stopped playing soccer. Oh, and then I have a 7-year-old brother. He's so funny because he's Puerto Rican and Mexican, so he's my stepmom and my dad. Okay. So he is like, I don't know how he got so tall. He's almost as tall as me, and he's like almost gonna be 8. I know, I'm short.
No, I'm short.
No.
No, yeah, I'm shorter than you. Actually, I am
really?
Like 5'10", perhaps.
You're
no,
5'10".
No. Wait, I'm 5'4".
Okay, you're only an inch shorter than me.
Without plates, I look like probably way shorter.
Well, he's a tall kid. Okay, he's probably not as tall as me, but he's pretty tall. He's like up to my like shoulder type area. But yeah, he's playing soccer right now. My dad's trying to get him serious about it, but he's like, all he wants to do is run around. So I mean, but yeah, I know.
And did you guys got along together? Because being that many guys within the same age groups, maybe not that easy.
Yeah, it's definitely not that easy. My older brother, he's gonna be 29, or he is 29. He kind of has his own life. I don't really talk to him as much, but I feel like if I wanted to talk to him, I'd be there. But me and Frankie are really close because he's 25, I'm 23. He plays soccer, I play soccer. He's always been my backbone when it comes to soccer. So we talk a lot. He watches all my games. So the younger siblings, I mean, they're teenagers, so you know how they are. They're not gonna reach out to me if they have a problem. Sometimes we'll talk, but it's only when I go home and actually see them, then we like really talk and stuff. But my little one, Chico, his name's Angel, but we call him Chico. That's my like little mini me. I love him so much. He'll like call me and be like, ¿Cómo estás? And I'll be like, bien, ¿y tú? And he's like, bien, and I'm like, oh, I was like, and you're 7? I was like, this is adorable. So yeah,
and it's a great name for the youngest. I mean, he's Chico.
Yeah.
Chico.
Well, that was my dad's nickname, so then he got my dad's nickname.
So I'm trying to guess. Your dad's name's Francisco or something?
No, actually it's Derek. His middle name is Morales. So then he got Morales, and then my dad's name is Francisco. So then he got Francisco.
That's a ton of stuff to deal with as a young guy.
Yeah.
One thing that's remarkable for us listening to you is you come from a big family that tends to be very close, that spends a lot of time together. And now you're living in your own thousands of miles away in a different country. How's Amber dealing with it?
So I've always lived in college. I've lived by not by myself, but I have teammates and stuff. I've always been the type of person to explore and want to try new things and want to do new things. I was actually talking to my brother about this too. He was like, "You're the only one in the family that I think could do this, that would do it," because my family is very introverted. They're very stay-at-home individuals, and I'm kind of just like, oh, like I don't care. Like I'll go meet new people, I have new friends. But at first it was really hard because I'm really close with my dad and my mom or stepmom, and I do miss seeing them every day. Not every day, but like every time I have a game and stuff. I do miss them. But I'm like, they're very proud of me, and they tell me every day they're proud of me too. But yeah, no, I'm fine. Sometimes I wish I could just like drive to their house and see them, but they FaceTime me, so that's a great thing for iPhones. But yeah.
Are you gonna go home, visit them during the next week's break? Well, the following break?
For the break coming up, like the 1 to 2 weeks. No, so actually, I'm playing with Puerto Rico. Again, so I will be here. Puerto Rico is actually coming here on the 18th. So I'm gonna go head over to the hotel. They're actually staying like pretty close to where I live right now. Because we're in Estadio Azteca. That's where we're playing. So I'm excited.
Have you ever been to Estadio Azteca?
No.
Well,
is it nice?
Talking about stadiums, your pro debut was in the most gorgeousest, beautifulest stadium of the world, which is my Pumas stadium. What was it like for you? We saw the video from the club. We saw you, the excitement, and all that contention you had beforehand. But what was it really like when you came out, when you saw the pitch, when you heard the anthem? What was it for you?
I'm gonna be completely honest.
Please.
I'm running out because we're doing the anthem, and we're running out, and like I was like, I don't want to say blacked out, but I was so like focused on the game that like I had like I don't even remember running out. Like I don't, because I was like nervous, excited, happy, scared, terrified, but all these emotions all at once. And as soon as like the anthem was going, I was like, okay, like I got this. Like this is gonna be great. I've heard some horror stories about the field, how it's like different than playing at Cantera, because like the altitude and stuff is a little different. But people said I got it. Like I was training for a week or a month, and I was okay. But honestly, like I don't even remember running out. I just remember putting my arm up, listening to that anthem, like focusing on the game, what I had to do, what I was told to do. But yeah, no, I don't even remember. But I was really excited, but nervous at the same time beforehand. But I know like my team had faith in me and believed in me. So yeah.
That sounds pretty good for you.
Yeah.
Did you ever imagine that they would come, that you'd become pro soccer player, and within all the circumstances that surrounded that game, which was thunderstorm, your first game in Mexico, maybe in some sort of hindsight, it was really weird.
I don't know what was going on. All odds were against me. Like, it was a thunderstorm. The field was horrible. Well, not like the field, but like it was soggy. It was wet. We played for 7 minutes,
Actually.
and then we ran in, and then I was freezing cold. I was covered in water. My like jersey, we were like wringing it out. Oh, But no, I literally was like, is this game not gonna happen? And then eventually it happened. But yeah, playing pro when I was little has always been a dream of mine because I love soccer so much. I don't think I can go a day without like thinking about like working out for soccer or like drinking for soccer, or eating for soccer, you know? So I've always dreamed about it, but then I got to college and I was like, I didn't want to play in college. Kind of crazy. And then my college coach reached out to me and she was like, hey, you're amazing. Like, you have so much potential to be a great soccer player. We want you. Played in college. Like for 5 years, I was captain for 1. I was a starter for 4. Like, I was feeling myself. I was feeling great. And then when it came time to like my 5th year, I was thinking about what I wanted to do with my life. And I was like, you know what? Let me just like get my life started. I'm not gonna play professionally. That's why I started my master's. And then as the season went on, my agency they reached out to me and they were like, you're phenomenal. Like, have you ever thought about playing professionally? And I was like, actually, no, like not right now anymore, because my confidence was shot. I was told by the individual I was with at the time that like I would never play soccer professionally, and that I basically sucked. And that hit me hard. Yeah. So that hit me, and I was like, you know, I'm gonna get my life started. I told them that, and they're like, well, if you change your mind, we're gonna be in contact with you towards the end of your season. And then I think it was like maybe like 3 weeks, a month before the end of my season, they were like, you're playing professionally. They basically made up my mind for me, and I couldn't give up soccer. I was like, you're right. Like, I love soccer way too much to stop. So they reached out to me, and now I'm here. It's been a roller coaster, that's for sure. Yeah.
And your background kind of drove you here. I mean, yes. Long family, living on your own. Mm-hmm. Soccer itself teaches us tons of stuff.
Yes.
I know I'm sounding like an old man because I am an old man. I'm almost 40, so you can.
Oh, no, you're not. You're not old. That's okay.
Yeah, but that's something that was very interesting for us while we were researching you. We do our job.
Oh gosh.
Only good things. Only good things.
Okay.
There was one video that was very interesting for us. Your letter to soccer. The one. Yeah. It was deep and it was touching. How do you come up with those words, and how do you come to have such passion for soccer? How did that come to be who Amber DiOrio is right now?
Oh, why are you gonna make me cry thinking about it? Oh my gosh.
That's my thing. I make players cry.
Yeah, no, that makes me teary-eyed because that was probably the hardest letter I've ever had to write. I mean, I've written to my dad, I've written to my family being overseas and stuff. That was like my end of my college career, and gosh, oh my god. I mean, soccer has helped me like through so much. Like, I've been mentally drained, mentally like hurt, and like all I did would I'll go out and kick a soccer ball and I'd be fine, you know? Going to practice is like hard, like sometimes, like, cause like all I want to do is be with my family or be, I don't even know, on a beach or something. And then I go play soccer and I feel so much happier. Yeah, so writing that was the hardest thing I've ever had to do because I thought I wasn't going to play soccer anymore. I thought I was done. And I've obviously would have played in like my dad calls it his old people league. So I would go play with the 50, 40-year-old, kick a soccer ball with them.
My age group.
Hey, I think it's so fun. And they love playing I played with them for like 2 games. I had a blast. I had so much fun. But yeah, no, those words came like from my heart. Literally, I know this sounds cheesy, but it came from my heart. Like, I looked at the paper and I just like wrote down how I felt. And at the time, I just split my head open. So I had a huge scar on my head and I covered it up with makeup. So whenever we were filming, you couldn't see it. But yeah, no, soccer put me through a lot of injuries. I'll say that because I don't ever stop playing soccer when I'm injured. And
you should.
I know, I get that. I'm actually injured right now. So, but I'm fine.
Take it easy.
I know.
It's a long run. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Yes, exactly. My trainer said the same thing. Doc was like, Amber, you're stopping right now because if you keep going, you're gonna tear something. So I was like, okay, I'll stop. But yeah, no, I do remember sitting down to film that. I think I filmed it like, I want to say more than 10 times because they had the camera in my face, the light shining down on me. I'm crying half the time. You can probably hear it in my voice, like I'm about to cry. But towards the end of it, you can see I'm like, okay, I'm done. Like, can we turn it off? And you're like, there's the Amber we know. Like, because I'm always joking around with them and like smiling. So, but yeah.
and that's something that's also like come very naturally to us from what we've seen you posted in the club's social media or your own social media. You have that face, that smile on your face is always showing. If it's on practice, if it's a TikTok, if it's something, this very smiley person.
Oh.
Well, that's what you post. That's all on you. But how different are you when you're actually at a match and playing? Because you don't strike me as a like smiley defender. Actually, being a defender, you can't be that smiley, I guess.
Yeah. No. Okay. So, I have this thing. I've always had it through college too. If I have a smile on my face, if I am happy, if I'm laughing, it's contagious. So I always just want to, like, I learned this in college. Like, if someone's having a bad day, just one simple hello, like, how are you doing? Like, a little smile can lift someone's day up. And I love when people are happy. I love when people are happy around me. So I want to always be, happy. That's kind of just like my thing. I'm like, oh, like, me smiling is going to be contagious for the next person. But I am a happy person. I love, like, saying hi to people. I love talking to people. But when I play soccer, obviously, like, a lot of the pictures and videos are me, like, not actually physically playing. They're just, like, me, just, like, just standing around, like, happy. I'm a very aggressive, I'm a very physical soccer player. I have a bunch of pictures of me getting fouling someone. Even Pumas has posted the video of me from Mazatlan, like, me pushing a player down. Literally, my arm is on her back, pushing her down. And then the last game against Leon, like, I'm pulling a girl's arm. So I don't think I'm pretty much a happy, smiley soccer player on the field. But at practice and stuff, like, I do try to be positive. I do try to be more of an uplifter. I do have bad days. Everybody has their bad day. There are days I don't smile, and I feel like people know when I'm upset because they see I'm not smiling, I'm not laughing, I'm not having a good time. That's another hard thing. It's like people know when I'm upset, and then they'll ask me if I'm okay, and I'm like, I'm fine, I'm okay. But yeah, no, I try to portray myself as a happy person and always smiling. But yeah, no, during a game, during even the anthem, I'm very serious. I try to get in my zone. Same with just playing too. I'm very aggressive, and that's one thing I've noticed about playing in this league. A lot of the girls don't like to be touched. They don't like to be pushed. That's one thing that stands out about me. I was talking to one of my assistant coach, Ticho, about it, and he was like, yeah, like, you're aggressive. Like, just be strong. Be who you are. And I'm like, yes, sir. I will be. So, yeah, exactly.
And I mean, you have a military background? Could you say that?
Yes. Oh, my gosh.
So you're disciplined?
Yes, very much so. That's one thing I also really like about how I was brought up from my dad because he was in the military, and he was like, always like, if you're not 15 minutes early, you're late. If you're not putting in 100%, why are you on the field? If you're not working hard, like, don't do it. Like, go try something, go do something else, basically. And now my stepmom, she's actually a Marine too. So, yeah.
There's no chance to misbehave at home.
Oh, no, not at all. And when we misbehave or something acts up or whatever, it's scary.
I guess so. That may be a good thing, being some miles away. You get some.
Oh no, I still get yelled at over the phone. I'll be like talking to my her name's Dee. I'm talking to Dee. I'm like, hey, like, how are you? She's like, what are you doing on the field? Like, you need to not mess up. Like, blah blah blah. And then my dad today, he was like, you're grounded. He's like, you're injured. You're grounded. As a joke, but they're funny. I definitely still get yelled at, but it's more of a joke now that I'm older and all that stuff. But yeah.
How hard has it been for you moving from Virginia?
Yeah, Virginia.
To one of the biggest, most crowded places on earth.
So I went to school in Richmond, so that's a city. I grew up around DC, another big city, but nothing compares to Mexico City at all. The first day I got here, I was so overwhelmed because I'm not used to people just walking in the street selling me chips when I'm in traffic. Like, I'm not used to all that. And then being in like a different language, like, that was different too. I remember calling my dad and my mom, and I was like, even the stop signs are in Spanish. And she was like, Amber, you're in Mexico. And I was like, yeah. Yeah, I'm like, wait. I'm like, I am? Really? But yeah, no, it was a big change with just the environment. But just how, like, I live here and lived in Richmond, it's kind of the same. It's like, there's a lot of things going on. It's loud. It's like, always street lights are on, people talking to you, people minding their business too. So it's like, it was kind of similar. The only big change I want to say is the driving. It is insane here. But I got used to it. But a lot of people have told me, if you can drive in Mexico City, you can drive anywhere. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, you've checked that skill set.
Yes, I'm good at it now. Hopefully.
That's great. Mm-hmm. What was the biggest cultural shock for you personally moving here?
Okay, obviously the food is completely different. How people are so passionate about soccer, like, it is so different. It doesn't matter if it's female or male soccer here, there's going to be fans. And there's going to be people cheering you on. There's going to be people at the game. There's people at our practices sometimes. And in the United States, people are like, oh, like, soccer. They're more interested in the male, like, men, like, playing soccer. And, like, slowly female soccer is coming up. But here, it's like, you have fans everywhere. It doesn't matter what team you play for. They're going to be like, oh, you're a soccer player? That's awesome. Like, that is one thing I love. I like just being on Pumas too, because Pumas is a very historical, like, club. Yeah. And coming here, they were like, oh, you play for Pumas. I was in the hotel and they were like, can we get pictures with you? And I was like, this is so cool. And
how does it feel like for you to sign autographs, to be asking to have pictures with people? Yeah. How does it feel for young Amber?
So in college we had that, but it wasn't anything like this. They were forced fans, I want to say. Like, we would have people like bring their kids where we can sign their stuff. But here it's like, I'm coming out of practice out of Cantera, and they're like, hey, like, can we get a picture? And I'm like, okay. And I'm sitting in my car and they're like snapping a picture with me.
I'm all sweaty, like, dudes.
I know, I'm like, I just finished practice, but okay. And a lot of their, like, the younger kids are so adorable. They remind me of Chico at home. So I'm like, oh, like, you're like my little brother. I'm like, sure. But yeah, no, that's one thing that's different. like just signing autographs wherever, and like people recognize me, and it's so funny. They always call me the American. They're like, oh, the American. I'm like, hey guys. I'm like, how's it going?
And you said, well, you have this Mexican background with your stepmom. You mentioned recently, well, just a couple of minutes ago, about the food.
Yeah.
Did you ever go to Little Mexico near VCU?
Little Mex?
Little Mexico, the restaurant?
Yes.
How different is it from the real Mexican food? I told you, we do our research.
I was about to say, how do you know about Little Mex? Yay, okay. I love that place. Oh my gosh. One thing that it's very similar is the environment, because Little Mexico has a lot of people from Mexico. Before I came here, actually, my friends actually took me there as a little like treat, because they have amazing margaritas and chips and queso. So good. So we just did like appetizers and stuff. And I was actually talking to the waiter, and he was like, I'm from Monterrey. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. Like, I'm actually going to play there. I'm actually going to go play for Pumas. And he was so excited. He brought all of his, like, the people in the kitchen, all the other waiters and waitresses. And they were like, oh my gosh, can we get a picture with you? Like, basically. And I was like, whoa, like, what am I getting myself into? Like, I was like, okay, like, I'm excited. But honestly, I'd rather have my mom's cooking than going to a restaurant. She makes the best enchiladas and ceviche and like pozole. Oh, it's so good. Yeah. So she makes really good homemade food, and sometimes I'd rather have that than going out to a restaurant. But I know she's always like has to cook for 8+ people, so she's always like, I don't want to make enchiladas right now, Amber, but I'll make them for you. Yeah.
Oh, and speaking of traditional Mexican dishes, you're gonna have like the biggest Mexican celebration in a couple of weeks. Well, no, actually next week, after Toluca's game. No, actually the night before Toluca's game is the Independence Day. So
yeah,
it's gonna be tough. You probably not gonna have a good sleep that night.
Oh. No. I've heard about it.
That's really unfair.
Sorry, what?
No, that's so unfair for you, because you're gonna have to deal with fireworks and party all nights.
Yeah, no, there's already kids and fireworks going around where I live right now, and I'm knocked out. I don't know what it is about Pumas soccer practice, but I am tired all the time.
Maybe it's the altitude, right? No, it's
I definitely think that too.
We've spoken about the cultural differences personally, and you've kind of brought the soccer differences.
Yes.
What, apart from the physicality of the game, are there any other things that surprised you that's different from the Mexican soccer to the American soccer?
Oh my gosh. So yeah, they're very technical here, and as a sock center back, I'm technical to an extent. I'm not like a center mid at all. They can do like little foot thingies, and I'm like, okay, you do that. I'm just gonna do a little pull back and like hit the ball long. But that is one thing that's very different. Also, like, I don't know how to say this, but like the coaches are more, I feel like they're more invested in their players. They obviously want to win. College coaches obviously want to win too in the United States. But here it's like, they want to help you. They want to like fix like your body positioning. They're so invested. They were so invested in me, like learning how to talk, learning my commands, learning how to fix my body shape, like talk with the other center back, do you say? And that is something I never really had in the United States. I never really had a coach be like, you need to do this, you need to do this, and that'll make you better. Normally it's just like, do this. Also the girls here, I don't know if it's because it's professional soccer, but they're a lot more passionate about everything they do. One mess up, they're like, I need to fix it. Celebrating the goal, everybody comes to each other. In the United States, we're always like, oh, the forwards go, the midfielders go, and the center backs and goalies stay. Here, I ran to Ariel. I like gave her the biggest hug I could have had, like. And then when Des scored and then Chavez scored the past game, I was like with Dirce, and we were sitting there and we were so like, I never felt that kind of like joy. That sounds so bad, but yeah.
And that actually leads us to one of the like our signature questions for the podcast, which I erroneously, you tend to start with that question, but chat drew us to other places. But
sorry,
as you no, it's fine. As you know, our podcast is named Un Equipo Diferente. You understand that?
Yeah, yeah.
Because we're really confident that our Pumas Femenil team is very different from the 17 other teams in Mexican Liga MX. But from your understanding, from you living it for the past months, what makes Pumas Femenil a different team from the others that you've played for?
Oh gosh. Okay. Because my mind just went everywhere right now when you asked that. The first thing that came to my mind is just showing up to practice. Like, everybody's just like, hey, Amber, like buen dia, like all these things to me, and it makes it feel like a family. No matter what, no matter if someone's playing, not playing, traveling, not traveling, everybody is supporting everyone. No one cares if you're like not playing, not starting, not this, not that. No one cares. They want to make you feel like you are a part of a team, and that is one thing that's very different. Like let's say I mess up, someone's gonna lift me up. I'm gonna get like not yelled at, but like they're gonna be like, you need to fix it next time. But they're gonna lift me up too. It's so close knit that like I just feel like I know everybody now. Like in the past month, I feel like everybody is my friend. Everybody's a part of my family. And I was talking to one of the coaches, and they were like, I said I miss my family, and they're like, Amber, we are your family. And I'm like, yeah, no, you're right. You are my family. And I can go to anybody about any question I have, or if I feel like I need something or I don't know how to do something, they're there to support me and they're going to help me. And as I was talking about Puerto Rico, they were like, we want tickets. We want to come. We want to come see you play. Doesn't matter if you're playing for Puerto Rico or Mexico, like we want to see you, because like I'm part of their family. And that's one thing I haven't really had in a team, is like that support, that growth. No matter if I'm playing or sitting on the bench, people are going to support me. People are going to help me. Also just that environment and the atmosphere. It's like, it's so fun. Like I love playing soccer again. I definitely have some like troubles, like mentally, like my confidence will be shot, but they're just there. Like, you know what I mean? Like they're going to support, make me feel like I'm important. I'm worth something to this team. So that's a big something I love about Pumas.
You're gonna love the team. You're gonna love the crest. It grows on you. It's my longest lasting relationship.
Me too. The 1 month.
For the moment.
I'm kidding. Yeah.
And something that's also noticeable with the social media from the club is you already know the Goya.
I'm sorry, can you say that again?
We froze. We've seen that you know the Goya. You chant it.
Yes.
Before the games.
Mm-hmm.
How does it feel for you to come into a team that has such special rituals, like the anthem, the Goya, all that, even like kind of jargon from the team?
Yeah.
What is like?
So first, the very first game I was here, I wasn't playing yet. I wasn't cleared to play. I kind of was like listening to the chant because we were in the locker room, and I was trying to figure it out. I had no idea what was being said, what it meant. So I'm sitting there, I'm like,
The hell.
woo. And then I learned it after that. Right after that game, I knew it. And I was like, I need to know this because this is my team. This is what we do. Like, I can't be coming to the game and not know what we do. You know, I can't look like that. Like, so I want to show myself like I know and I appreciate Pumas and everything. So I learned it literally like 2 days, maybe, not even, maybe a day. And now my little brother says it when I call him. He's like, go yeah. And I'm like, oh. So that's adorable. I'm still learning the anthem slowly. That one's a little hard and longer, but I'm learning it. So I sit there and I'm like reciting it in my head and I'm like focusing on the words and what they mean. So coming into a team that has all those rituals, I want to make sure I can do that for the team, especially with learning the language, learning how to say like sola, calma, like te van, like all these different words. That's only going to help the team more. So I can't come in being like, oh, I don't speak Spanish. Like, I don't know Spanish. Like, I need to learn. Like, I'm not in an an English speaking country. Like, this is your guys' culture and I want to respect that and I want to learn that for the team. So, yeah.
Great. A few more questions before we'll let you go and keep learning more about how to catch evil people from the world. What's your favorite gum flavor?
Gum?
Yeah. We know you can't play without gum. What's your favorite gum?
Oh, my favorite is the extra gum that's green. I don't know what it's called. It's the green one. I don't have any more. I actually had some car today and I ran out. So I texted my mom and I was like, hey, can you please send me extra gum? Because I don't have any more. And then I had to go to Walmart and get...
There's probably that gum here in Mexico.
I looked in like Walmart. I looked in another supermarket. It's only Trident and like...
Is
I
it
don't know
the Wrigley's Winter Fresh?
I think so. I don't know. It's a green extra. That is my gum. That is my favorite gum. I came here with like a 12 pack, I think, and it's already gone. So
if that's the one, it's probably over there. It's sold by Monday, which is big brand here in Mexico. We'll try and fix you.
I'll find
that. And we also know you're a cat lover.
Yes, I am.
When are you getting a pet cat? Mexican.
So I have 2 cats at home. One of the cats' name is Squirrel, and the other one is Zeus. I found one of the Zeus on the street. He's massive. He's so big. I actually want to bring them over here to like keep me company because I miss them so much. But I wanted to get a place to settle down first, get into a groove. And I also want to finish this semester of school because I have 3 classes this semester and it's driving me crazy. And next semester I only have 1, and then I graduate. So I'm like, yeah, I know, I'm excited. And then I'll have my master's, so whew. But I want to make sure I'm settled before they have a place to come to. Yeah.
So
I don't know, maybe I'll find one on the street and get one. I don't know.
I mean, the club just launched this campaign for foster dogs, for stray dogs. There are tons of stray cats here in Mexico City as well, so maybe there's one waiting for you. Maybe
maybe it'll just pop up and I'll be like, I'm keeping it.
You never know.
I know.
That's life.
Yeah.
One more thing, and thank you so much for having us and giving us like some of your very few spare time. Do you have a nickname? I know.
No, it's okay.
We know Ariel is China. We know there's tons of like inside names.
Yeah.
Do you have one?
Oh my gosh. So inside the team, I think it's just Amber. Some people call me Am, A-M-B. Am. I don't know. My mom calls me Cookie because my last name is DiOrio, like an Oreo cookie. So she calls me Oreo. or when I'm in trouble, it's Amber Elena. And then some people here actually say Elena, and I'm like, me? Yeah, I'm like
that ain't me, unique.
I don't mind it. They're like, there's
Okay.
there's the Hispanic to you, and I'm like, thanks, guys. But yeah,
Okay, that's great.
I don't really have a nickname with the team yet. Maybe one day, we'll see. Whatever they come up with.
That will come.
Yeah,
Probably.
everybody calls me Amber, or they.
It's easy. It's very easy.
Yeah, sometimes they'll add like a little like that'll be like Amber, like really like Hispanic, like you know what I mean, like Latina. They'll make it really spicy. I'll be like, it's just Amber, but that's okay.
That's great.
Yeah.
So, thank you so very much, Amber Elena DiOrio,
Yeah.
for
Good.
having us, for talking to us, and
Mhm.
especially for letting us know a bit more about you, for our audience, for the Mexicans and the American fans, the DiOrio family, who would probably get a chance to hear a bit of this.
Mhm.
Thank you so very much. Have a good day. Have a good class. Take care of that injury.
Yes.
Remember, it's
I'll
not
be back
strict.
on Monday. We're good.